My portfolio has made some serious progress this month, but getting here wasn't easy. I had to sell out a few positions because I thought they were done growing. In today's video, I will take you through all the changes I've made to my Trading 212 portfolio. In this August buys and sells breakdown, I will be sharing a full look at my portfolio on my Trading 212 account, the key stocks I bought and sold, and the reasoning behind every single decision. As an apprentice investor, I'm more focused towards dividend growth investing, and I'll talk you through why I have made a rearrangement selling out my high yield positions into these dividend growth stocks. So let's get into it. So now having a look into my buys in the month of August. The first stock I bought into was Greg's, stock ticker GRG. I bought 3 shares and that's about £47 I spent. My new position size is just over £250 with 16 shares and an average cost of £16.86. The next stock is B&M. I bought 30 shares which cost me about £67. This has given me a new position size of about £225 and that's now 100 shares. This isn't bad for my UK holdings. Looking at the next stock that I bought into, it was ASML. I bought 0.05 shares, not much, and that's about £26 that I spent. Taking my new position size to £323, that's 0.6 shares, and that's an average price of about £539 or $716. The next stock was Novo Nordisk. I bought 1 share at £35.76, taking my new position size to just under £300, and that's now 7 shares in total with an average price of about $59. The next stock that I bought into was Nebius. I bought 2.5 shares, which cost me £120, and it's a new position, as well as Hims, where I bought 3 shares, which cost me about £95, which is also a new position for this month of August. I bought more shares into Rolls-Royce, which is about 4 shares, which cost me £43, and I have 50 shares in total, totaling about £530. I bought a bit more UK Win, 100 shares, which cost me £119, taking my overall total to 200 shares, which is a new position size of about £213. I also bought a bit of Visa, 0.15 shares, which cost me £37, taking my new total to about £350 and has 1.35 shares in total. I also started a new position in Oscar Health. I bought 5 shares and I spent about £56. And then finally, for my buys, I bought into my recurring payment for my S&P 500 ETF VUSA. I bought 2.21 shares, which is exactly £200 worth. My new position size is £1,770 and just under 20 shares with an average cost of £86. I also started a new position in this JP Morgan Global and Growth Income Equity ETF JGGI. I bought 8.6 shares or £50 and this is also a new position. So now looking into some of the sales I made in August. As I am a young apprentice, about 19 years of age, I'm trying to move away from these high yield stocks and I'm trying to move towards these long term dividend growth stocks. So I decided to sell out of my high yield positions like J&J, Johnson& Johnson. I sold my 1.5 shares and I got about just under £200 back, and overall I made £19.75 in gains and dividends. I also sold out of PepsiCo, stock ticker PEP. I sold my 1 share and that's about £110. From this position I made about £8.30 in gains. And finally, I sold out Procter & Gamble, stock ticker BG. That's 2.5 shares and I received just under £300. That's only £3 profit. So not an overall bad month when it comes to selling, decent profit. And finally, this is my total buys and sells for August of 2025. So my overall total net value. So I spent just under £900 and through my selling of my high yield stocks, I brought in just under £600. In this month, I received £14.59 in dividends, so this takes my overall spend in August to about £285.71. Not bad, considering how much I've been able to reshuffle and as I am focused on those long-term goals. So looking at my plans for September, historically the markets tend to dip in around August-September time. August was decent as the markets actually ended up positive. I'm looking at the S&P 500 and this first week of September has been hit or miss. And it looks like overall there might be a slight market correction, but this is always healthy. But because of this, I'm planning on deploying more capital now, and I'm going to dollar cost average if I see any good opportunities. It's important for me to remember to focus on high quality dividend or growth stocks or any undervalued stocks in the current market to get the most out of my returns and overall realized profit. I currently have my eye on increasing my position in Nike, in Visa and Oscar Health. These are 3 companies where I see very positive long-term gains, and I'm excited to increase my position in these stocks hopefully. So thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe and leave a comment below. I look to take you all through my investing journey as a student apprentice. I will try to be as transparent as possible with you all as I can through my investing journey, and through these videos I will show you my plans for the coming months and the progress that I made in the previous months. Thank you for watching.